Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana, and hopefully you can see a shot of the room where the plenary will take place, where the budget will be presented at 2 o'clock. This is where the parliamentarians will be in seats listening to Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana. Of course, this is the first time that the budget will be presented at the ICC here in Cape Town, and that is because the previous venue that they've used, that is the Dome in the Newminster car park, which is just adjacent to the Parliament that we're used to, is very vulnerable to the vagaries of the weather here in Cape Town, and so therefore it was thought that this would be a better venue, and it certainly is for us because at least we're in the warm environment of the ICC. So let me continue my conversation now with Dr. Iraj Abedian. He's the Chief Economist at Pan-African Investment and Research. Thank you so much for continuing to join us. So one of the issues, there are many issues, of course, that the budget needs to consider. One of those is state-owned enterprises. A couple of years ago, Enoch Godongwana talked about exercising tough love towards these SOEs after having given so much love to Eskom, billions and billions. But now we find a situation where Transnet, which is equally really very important to the economy in terms of, running our ports and running rail, etc., we've seen that one of the ratings agencies has suspected that in 3 months' time, they won't have enough money after they've had to pay off debts that are having to, that they have to pay off in the next little while, mature debt, and also their operations. And they've said, that is, the finance minister has said that he's not going to be giving any bailouts to an organization like Transnet, and yet they did that for Eskom, and Transnet is equally important. With that sort of dilemma, what do you think he's going to do this time around?
I think he's going to, as usual, and he's not the only Minister of Finance that has talked tough but acted, never mind tough, more than soft. So I think the problem is this, that the whole concept, the whole operation of state-owned enterprises, they're trying to run, and they have been trying to run essential businesses, backbone businesses for the South African economy, be it Eskom, be it Transnet, to some extent water supply, to some extent a whole lot of others that we all know. These are essential businesses, but they've been running it like a political game, as if they can appoint their representatives and their cousins and their favorite people, and they run it as if it's a government department. These are essential businesses. Hundreds of billions, not tens of billions, hundreds of billions since 2008 in the name of developmental state has gone into Eskom, SAA, Transnet, you name it. And the result has been disastrous. Public debt has gone up, these institutions have gone down, and their professional ethos, professional culture has just disappeared.
What needs to happen then?
What needs to happen? Three things have to happen. First and foremost, there must be a recognition that these are businesses, these are not political organizations. What does that mean? It means that their mandate has to be completely changed. The mandate of these departments are still run in the 20th century, as the apartheid government explained. The 21st century is a different economy. The South African economy is different. Rewrite the mandate of these enterprises. Number two, if their mandate is rewritten, appoint skilled people who understand that mandate and can give reality to that. Number three, give them the deadline and frame of operations that they can know what their margins should be, what their capital planning should be, what their timeline should be. You cannot say, well, every year I'm going from year to year. Transnet has to plan for the next 30 years. I was on the board of Transnet back in 2007, 8, and 9 before I bumped up. But the point is, at that time, we had a 15-year plan in order to catch up with the backlog. Since then, we've gone even further back. At that time, Singapore was the best. Today, Singapore is behind. Dubai is the best. And Germany doesn't even feature. So the issue is the business that they are responsible for, be it ports, be it railways, be it cargo, be it aviation, be it water supply, be it whatever they are responsible for, those businesses are in the throes of technological change, competitive change. They're not competing in Africa, they're competing globally. And because they are competing globally, our businesses, mining companies, agriculture companies, manufacturing companies, car manufacturers, whoever wants to import and export, internally or externally, they are dependent on the competitiveness of Transnet, on the competitiveness of ESCOM and so on and so forth. That's what has to change.
Iraj, I love your passion. Unfortunately, I have directors in my ear, but we're going to leave it there. That was Dr. Iraj Abedian. He's the chief economist at Pan-African Investment and Research, basically saying that our state-owned enterprises, which are really critical for the nation and in terms of being a key catalyst for growth, they need to be run professionally and not have old boys networks running them. Otherwise, we continue to put ourselves on the back foot as an economy. Well, with that, we're going to leave it there and hand over back to Juliet, and of course we continue with our running coverage of the budget.
That was SABC News senior economics reporter Nompu Siziba coming to us live from Cape Town.